Chris Mackowski for Emerging Civil War. It's a windy day out here at Chancellorsville, so I don't know how that's going to play, but I can't let the day go by without acknowledging the 157th anniversary of the Battle of Chancellorsville. I'm standing in my front yard. There's my house in the background because 157 years ago this afternoon, Edward Porter Alexander had his artillery here on my ridgeline, which extends off in that direction. And he was firing at Federals who were coming from that tree line back there. Corps leading the advance about 10 o'clock in the morning from Chancellorsville, heading in this direction. Parallel off in that direction, we have George Sykes' 5th Corps, the U.S. regulars, leading one of Hooker's three prongs, pardon me. And then, of course, on the River Road, this direction, probably 2 miles from here, George Meade's, the rest of the 5th Corps, heading toward Fredericksburg. Fredericksburg is off in that direction, and Hooker thought he had the drop on Robert E. Lee's Confederates, but they've come out to meet him. Porter set up on this ridgeline. Meanwhile, we've got Confederates that are heading off in that direction to counter Slocum's advance. Anderson and McLaws advance to meet the Federal advance, so by 11, only an hour into the march, Hooker runs into unexpected opposition and it throws him into tumult. He's crazy, doesn't know what to do. He eventually will call for a retreat and everybody will fall back. My front yard is in that direction about 2 miles if you follow the old plank road. So I always take the opportunity on the anniversary to spend a little time in my the battlefield. The Confederates here advancing from this ridgeline in that direction. Slocum actually thought that he was doing pretty well when Confederates met his advance. He starts pushing them this direction. Fields that you see behind me here, he feels like he can deploy, use his numeric superiority to overcome the Confederates. But he gets an order from Hooker's headquarters. And when he brings that news to Slocum, Slocum doesn't believe him. Calls him a damned liar, puts him under arrest, and then he goes back and confirms with Hooker, who says, oh yeah, I do want you to pull back. Slocum can't believe it, but Slocum will almost intentionally defy orders, but then will fall back past that tree line, past what is known as the Lee-Jackson bivouac site. Some of the cracker boxes will serve as stools for Lee and Jackson as they get together later in the evening of May 1st to consult and figure out what they want to do. Now that Hooker has given up the initiative, how can Lee grab it? That's the one thing he is always looking to do, is take the initiative and push forward with it. And since Hooker has surrendered it, Lee wants it bad. And so they're going to spend some time, Lee and Jackson, figuring out what to do next. So thanks for joining me here at Chancellorsville. I hope the wind hasn't been too bad. Been delighted to have you with me. Check out all the other cool stuff on the Emerging Civil War YouTube page from elsewhere in Chancellorsville, heading into a battlefield season that's going to see here at Chancellorsville, Wilderness, and Spotsylvania. Of course, a year between the two of them. But lots going on in this area. First 2-week stretch or 2.5-week stretch of May. So always lots going on. Check it out on the ECW YouTube page. I'm Chris Mackowski for Emerging Civil War.